Hello everyone and welcome to my channel AfristylzYarns. My name is Neema and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this diagonal pattern. It's a 16 inch by 16 inch. It is a square pattern since you're beginning from one corner and then ending with another corner, but you can make it as big as you want. For today's pattern we will finish off ours as a throw pillow cover, so it's a perfect size as a 16 inch by 16 inch square. The beauty about this pattern is it's a repeat pattern. In between we'll be changing our colors, so you can, depending on how many thread colors you want, I'll be using two, this light blue and navy blue one. If you need more colors you can just follow with the pattern and adjust it accordingly depending on how many thread colors you'll be switching, or you can just have it in one plain simple color. It's still fine because I think it's a beautiful pattern. If you love all things crocheting and are passionate about the craft, then you've definitely landed in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of our future crochet videos. Alright, so for today's video we are going to use this navy blue thread and this light blue thread. They come in different yarn weights. They are both chunky thread, but this one, the light blue one, is thicker than this navy blue one, but I'll be using it as is. I don't mind, so I'll be using these two together with my size 5mm crochet hook. I'll be using my pair of scissors a lot and my darning needle. So let's jump straight into the pattern. Starting off the pattern, we'll be starting from one corner as we grow outwards. That's something to bear in mind. I'll start off my pattern by making a slip knot, so I'll hold the tail end of my thread with my left, wrap the thread around my two fingers, making sure it crosses, then turn the thread, go below the first piece and pull up the loop of the second and pull up your thread, and you have your slip knot. I'll make 6 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I'll go in the first chain stitch, the back loop only, pull up a yarn and pull through both. That's a slip stitch just to close it off so you can have this little circle. Then I'll start off by chaining 3. This chain 3 will count as my first double crochet, so inside that ring I'll yarn over and work 3 double crochets. So I'll pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the circle, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the circle, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's a total of 4 double crochets, so I'll make one final double crochet. So yarn over, go into the circle, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that is our first row. So I'll chain 3, turn my work, and in this first space between the 2 double crochets I'll go in there and work 3 double crochets. This chain 3 counts as a double crochet, so I'll yarn over, go into that space, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You have a total of 4 double crochets. Then we're going to move to the last space, between the last 2 double crochets, that space in between, and work 4 double crochets in that space also. So yarn over, go into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that is it for row 2. And then we will chain 3, turn our work, and begin row 3. So the same way we began row 2, we're going to begin row 3. So in this, the first 2 double crochets, that space between, we're going to go there and work 3 double crochets, and remember this chain 3 counts as our first double crochet. Yarn over, go into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You have 4 double crochets in total. Then we're going to move to the space between the 2 sets of double crochets. This inverted V, we're going to be working in there, so we're going to work 3 double crochets in that space. Then we're going to move to the space between the last 2 double crochets of the previous row. Just going to give that a little pull, so the last, that's final space, you're going to yarn over and work 4 double crochets in there. And you're done with the row 3. Then we're going to chain 3 and turn our work and begin row 4. For row 4 is the same thing, so the space between the first 2 double crochets of the previous row, that space in between there, we're going to yarn over and work 3 double crochets in there, making sure you have a total of 4 double crochets, because the chain 3 counts as a double crochet, so you have a total of 4. Then we're going to yarn over, and then in the space between the 2 sets of double crochet, that inverted V space, we're going to go in there and work 3 double crochets. Then move to the next space, the inverted V between the 2 sets of double crochets. I'm going to go in the space and work 3 double crochets. And then in the final space between the last 2 double crochets, that space in between, we're going to go there and work 4 double crochets. Then our row 4 is done, and then we're going to chain 3 and turn our work and begin row 5. What you'll notice as we go on with the pattern is with each row we're going to increase. So we started off row 1 with 1 set of 3 double crochets. In row 2 we had 2 sets of double crochets. In row 3 we had 3 sets of double crochets. In row 4 we're going to have 4 sets of double crochet. In row 5 we're going to have 5 sets of double crochets. So we are growing outwards. The other thing is the first and the last set will be 4 double crochets. The sets in between will be 3. So the 4 will allow for 1 to be outwards, so that you remain with 3 double crochets in between. So this, the 4th will always be at a pot post. That's why the beginning and the end has to be 4 and in between has to be 3. The beauty of this is a repeat pattern, so once you get the hang of it you can just continue. So you work on the first space and the last space, and that will automatically allow for the pattern to grow as we go outwards. So for row 5, after you chain 3 in that space between the first 2 double crochet, we're going to yarn over and work 3 double crochets to make a total of 4 double crochets. Move to the space between the 2 double crochets, yarn over and work 3 double crochets in the same space. Move to the next space and work 3 double crochets. Move to the next space and work 3 double crochets. And in the space between the last 2 double crochets of the previous row, that space, we're going to work 4 double crochets in that space. And we're done with row 5. So it's a repeat pattern. You'll just have to continue the same. So depending on where you want to change your color, you can change your color after every 2 rows or after every 4 rows. For me, for this pattern, I'll be changing my colors after every 8 rows. These are 8 rows, then I'll change color and then go to the navy blue, work 8 rows with the navy blue, then change color and go back to the light blue. Being that we're on row 5, I'll continue with the same light blue color for 3 more rows, and I'll meet you at the end of row 8 so I can show you how I change my colors. And at this point, if you'll not be doing any thread changes, you'll just have to continue up to row 21 is where we will be reducing, because at row 21 we'll have reached our peak corner, so we'll start to reduce our pattern. So if you're not doing any thread changes, just continue, and I'll meet you at the end of row 21 and we will begin row 22 while we're starting to reduce our pattern. I'm at the end of row 8, so I'll work my last set of 4 double crochets in this space between the last 2 double crochets of the previous row. And at this point we'll be switching our thread color. So how I like to handle it is I'll cut it from this point, so I'll just give it a little allowance, like 2 centimeters, cut it, and then I'll remove my hook and undo that last stitch. And then what I'll do is take my navy blue thread and I'll join these 2 pieces of thread with what's called a surgeon knot, or in the macrame world is called a square knot. It's a very strong knot, so I don't expect my threads to come apart. So with my light blue thread, the left at the bottom, I'll take the navy blue, put it on top. The right will always be on top, and I'll take the light blue and go over and under once the navy blue. Then I'll take the navy blue one now, go over and under the light blue. Then I'll give my project a pull such that the tail end of the blue will always face the right and the light blue the left. Then I'll give it a little pull. This knot is so tight such that it will not come apart. Yeah, you will break a thread before the knot comes apart, so it's a very strong knot, so I'm not concerned. This saves me a lot of time and work in tucking in our loose ends. So I'll just cut off these tail ends. I'll cut them off at the really base, and you have your tight knot. Then I'll go back to my piece. Since we undid our last double crochet, we have 3. Work that double crochet again to make a total of 4. Then what you end up having is that knot will be hidden in there. Then I'll chain 3, and we automatically are now working with our navy blue thread. Then I'll turn my work and begin row 9 the same way we usually start. I'll start off by in the space between our first 2 double crochets, that space we're going to go in there and work 3 double crochets to make a total of 4, because the chain 3 counts as a double crochet, so that's 4 double crochets. In the next spaces in between the double crochets, we're going to be working 3 double crochet in each space. So I'll work my last set of 4 double crochets in the space between the 2 last double crochets of the previous row. In that space, I'll go in there and work 4 double crochets to complete row 9. Then I'll chain 3, turn my work, and begin row 10. So that's how we're growing so far. So we started off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are 9 groups of 3 double crochets, apart from the first and the last, which are 4 double crochets each. 4 double crochets and 4, and then in between you have 3 double crochets. So it's a repeat pattern. I'll continue with my navy blue for row 9, 10 up to 16, and then I'll come back and we'll change our thread again back to our light blue. So just continue the same, and I'll meet you when we are changing our thread. I'm at the end. From this point I'll be changing my color again to my light blue. So at this point I'll just give like 2 centimeters allowance to my thread and cut. Then come in with my light blue. So remove your hook, and then I'll undo that last that last double crochet so I can join my two pieces of threads together. So again, the light blue in my left and the navy blue in my right. The left will be at the bottom and the right will go on top. Then the one that's on bottom will go over and under, like that. And then now the navy blue will go also over and under, and then you'll just pull it and tighten that knot. See, once you pull it, it's a very strong knot, it will not come apart, and just give that top part also a good pull. Then cut off these tail ends from the very base. And what this does, it eliminates the need to tuck in your thread ends, and it's a nice way because this knot will be hidden at the corner. So it's a very nice and seamless way to join your thread, especially if you'll be doing a lot of joining and you don't want to be doing a lot of tucking in of your threads. So I'll just now finish off that last. So I have 2 double crochets. I'll just do the last 2 double crochets to make a total of 4 for that row. Then it's like that. Then I'll chain 3 and turn my work and begin row 17. So that first space between the 2 double crochets, I'll go in there and work 3 double crochets to make a total of 4, because the chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So you have your total of 4 double crochets. Move to the next space and work 3 double crochets. And in the next spaces, work 3 double crochets in each of the following spaces up to the end of the row. And in the last space between the last 2 double crochets, you're going to work 4 double crochets in that space, and it will be a repeat. So you'll continue like that up to row 21, where we will start reducing. So with row 21, I'll still be using my light blue thread, so I'll just continue and I'll meet you at the end of row 21, where we'll begin reducing our pattern. We're at the end of row 21, so I'll yarn over and work my last set of 4 double crochets in this last space. And since this is our peak point, from this point forward we're going to be reducing. So we're going to chain 3, turn our work, and instead of working in this space over here between the first 2 double crochets, which we normally will do, we're going to skip that part and work directly into this V space between these 2 sets of double crochets. So I'll yarn over and work 3 double crochets in this space. What this will do is it will reduce my number of counts for the sets of double crochet. So at row 21, which is our previous row, we'll have a total of 21 groups of double crochets across. But since at row 22, since we are beginning to reduce, we're going to have a total of 20 double crochets, and we'll be going like that now as we reduce. So for row 22 we'll have 20, and for row 23 we're going to have 19 as we go forth. So after this we'll just continue again with our 3 double crochets in each space, cross, and I'll meet you at the end of row 22 to show you how we finish off this row. I'm at the end of row 22, and at this point I'll work my last set of 3 double crochets in this space. And after my 3 double crochets, I'll yarn over and work 1 double crochet in this last space between the last 2 double crochets. I'll go in there and work my final double crochet. So I'll just work 1 double crochet, then I'll chain 3 and turn my work to begin row 23. And again, instead of working in that space, I'll go straight into this space over here between the 2 sets of double crochet. I'll yarn over and work my 3 double crochets over there, and I'll continue the same across, working the same way. So 3 double crochets in each of the V space across. At the end of row 23, I've worked my 3 double crochets, so I'll yarn over, and this space after the double crochets of the previous, I'll go into this space that looks like a triangle. I'll go in there and work 1 double crochet, then I'll chain 3, turn my work, and begin row 24. So I'll just go straight into this V space between these 2 groups of double crochet and work 3 double crochets in the same space, and continue working 3 double crochets in each of the spaces up until the end of row 24, where we will change our thread. So just continue down, and I'll meet you at the end to change our thread back to the navy blue. So I've worked my 8 rows with my light blue thread. So at the end of row 24, I'll work my double crochet, and then I'll cut my thread. Then I'll come in with my blue. So I'll join the 2 pieces together, left at the bottom, right on top, then the navy blue over and under, then the light blue over and under, then pull. Give it a nice little stretch. So after joining the thread, I'll just go and rework that last double crochet. So in this triangle space right after the 3 double crochets, I'll go in the space and work 1 double crochet, and we've finished row 24. So I'll chain 3, turn my work, and begin row 25. So I'll yarn over, go into the next V space between the 2 sets of double crochet and work my 3 double crochets, and then I'll work 3 double crochets in each of the spaces across. And so I'll work 8 rows with the navy blue as we reduce, and I'll meet you when we're changing back to our light blue color, which will be at row 32. So I'll meet you at the end of row 32. I'm at the end of row 32, so I'll work my last double crochet in this triangular space over here. Then I'll cut my thread and come in with my blue. So I'll just remove my needle and do that last crochet, the right over the left, then the left goes over and under, then the navy blue one will go over and under, then you give it a pull, both of them. So after I've joined the 2 threads together, I'll come and work that final double crochet, and then chain 3, and we've moved from navy blue to light blue. Turn your work and begin row 33. So I'll just move straight to this space after the 3 double crochet and work my 3 double crochets over there. And then work 3 more double crochets across as we move. So just continue with the same. We're still reducing our pattern up to the end. So I'll meet you at the end of row 40 so that we can finish off our pattern. So I'm at the end. We're at row 40. I've worked my 3 chains. So I'll yarn over and work 3 double crochets in this next space. And then in the next space I'll work 3 double crochets, Then in this triangular space, this space, I'll go in and work 1 double crochet. But our row is not yet complete. Yet we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 rows with our blue. So we're just going to do that final row. We're not going to switch thread because there's just 1 row to go. So I'll chain 3, turn my work, and in this space I'm going to work 3 double crochets. And then in this space right here, I'm going to work 1 double crochet. And then I'll chain 3 to finish off our pattern, turn my work, and go into this space and work a double crochet over there. So I've finished off my pattern. From here, I'll just yarn over, cut my thread, and pull that up. So our pattern is done. Started off at this corner, we've worked our way up, and we finished off at this corner. And then we have our first piece that I made, which is here. So what I'll do is join my 2 pieces together, because now we want to join the 2 pieces together so we can finish off with the row cover. So matching the pattern flow like that, and matching your corners like that. I'll start off from here, we'll join, and then we'll join all together on this, the left, the bottom, and the right, and then I'll insert my pillow and finish off with the top side. I will use my light blue thread to join the 2 pieces together. So I'll start off by making a slip knot. So I'll yarn the thread over my finger, turn it, make sure it crosses, go below the first and loop up the second and give your thread a pull. And I have my knot. Then I'll take my pieces, starting from the corner where we finished off. I'll just tuck this in later on. So I'll go in with my knot on my hook. I'll go into that space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. That's a single crochet. Work 2 more single crochets to make a total of 3. So we have 3 single crochets. Then I'll go into the next space and work 3 single crochets. Then move to the next space and work 3 single crochets. Then move over to the next space and work 3 single crochets. And so for the joining of the pieces is basically the same. Just make sure you've picked on the 2, so you don't work on only 1 piece, and you work 3 single crochets in each of the space as you go along. So continue like that, and I'll meet you at the first corner. I've worked my 3 single crochets in that space, so I'm at the corner. So we'll be going down our second side. So for here we'll have these 4 double crochets. In this last one, I'll pick the top and the bottom. Don't forget the bottom. Then that, give it a little pull. So in this space I'm going to work 3 single crochets. So the first one, the second, and the third. And now we are on our second side. So you continue with the same 3 single crochets in each space, matching the top and the bottom so they align as you go. So I'm at my second corner. So in this space there's that, basically it's where we began our pattern. So in this space I'm going to work 6 single crochets in there. 3, The 6 will cater for our turning, so 3 will represent this side and the 3 will be for the other side. And then we're basically on our third side. I've finished on my third side, so I'm on my third corner. And since it's not a continuation, this is one side and this is the other side, I've worked 3 single crochets in that space, and I'll work 3 single crochets, which is the start of the 4th side. So in this next space I'll single crochet 3 and move over to the next space and work 3 single crochets. And this is our 4th side. Disclaimer is, if you wish to put your buttons, you are not going to work your single crochets on this 4th side. You will leave it open and install your buttons instead. So for me, I will not be installing my buttons. I want it complete. So I've just started my single crochets to finish off all the way to the end. And at this point I'll pause and insert my pillow first, and then I'll finish off. And then I'll finish off now with my single crochets. So I'm just finishing off my last single crochets for the 4th side. I've already inserted my pillow. Then in this space we had already worked 3 single crochets. We are just going to add 3 more single crochets to make a total of 6, because it's a continuous corner. So I have my 3 single crochets there. Then in this first single crochet where we worked on, we have this knot. I'm going to go in and work a slip stitch and finish off that side. So I'll yarn over, pull up a loop and cut off my thread, then pull that off, and our pattern will basically be complete. So I'll just tuck these loose ends and we'll be done with our pattern. So once you've tucked in all your edges, this is what you'll have, this beautiful diagonal 16-inch by 16-inch throw pillow. So if you made it to the end of the video, do give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment in the comment section below on what you found interesting about the video. Also, do consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you can be notified anytime we put a new video up. Up until next time, bye.